had these morels soaking in salt water for about a day or so, and you slice them in half, stick them in salt water, let them soak for about a day and a half, and then you get them out and I dry them off or make them into the different things that you want. Now we're going to show you 3 different ways to make morels, some of our 3 favorite ways to make morels, but there's a lot of different ways, so don't limit yourself to this. Now you can put this in a wet bath first with buttermilk and egg or milk and egg, but we just do it without. We make sure it's nice and dry. We take a nice flour and we just season it with Lowry's seasoned salt, and we season this to taste. So what I mean by dry taste is we actually taste this flour until it tastes right to us, seasoning wise. And I put just a little bit of cornstarch in here, and that's going to help keep this dry, and it's going to make it just a little bit crispier. So we're going to take our mushrooms and just cover them with the flour. And repeat. So you got all your stuff covered. Now, if you're going to make pizza, you don't need to flour them. You can cook them right on top of the pizza. Just making sure you're getting a good coating on everything. And right now I have a cast iron skillet on a nice high, medium to medium-high heat, as high as your stove will go without burning butter, because we're going to actually fry this in just regular unsalted butter. So it should look like something like this. Now we're using a whole wheat flour, but if you're using just a white flour, then it might be so bad. Put them right in the butter, just like that. Make sure you don't get it too hot, because it's really easy to burn this. Now, if you get a bunch of these and you want to freeze them up, I would recommend doing the egg and buttermilk wet before you do the flour, and then I would fry them up real quick, not all the way, just a quick brown on each side, and then lay them on a tray individually and put them in the freezer that way. And they'll stay for a little, for a month or so, a little longer than you could keep them in a fridge. But 2 of these recipes that we're going to show you require you to, we like them all fried up to make them. So see, just a nice medium heat, nothing's burning, browning up, and it's getting a little crisp to it. It's soaking up some of that butter flavor, and that's what we want to see. I have in the past cooked this a lot really hot, or hotter than I should have, and the butter will burn, and it just makes for a miserable time when you're cooking your morels. So now, when these are done and browned up, about like that, just a nice little crisp to them. See how long that took? Not very long at all. That one might take a little longer. You can take these right off and eat them just like that. That is the most common and some people's favorite way to eat them. But you can add a little butter if this starts to dry up. You want to keep just a little bit in there of that liquid butter in there. And if that all dries up, you got to add just a little bit. But you don't want so much it's swimming in it. But this is probably the most common and favorite way for people to eat morels. But we take it a step further, and we'll take these after they're fried like this and add them to omelets, pizza, anything you'd like mushrooms in. And oh my goodness, it takes it to a whole another level. And these just melt in your mouth, and they're so good. They are delicious. Hope you guys go out and find some and make some up for yourself, because this is truly a delicacy. So there you go, guys. Just throw it on a paper towel, let it soak up the extra butter, and they look amazing. I threw some green onions on there just for some color. But lock your doors. That way our friends can't all come over and steal them. And have yourselves a nice little meal. And we'll show you a couple more recipes. Let's check it out. With our morels tonight, we took a couple thin pork chops. We filleted them open. We stuffed them with stuffing and mushrooms, and then we put a little more stuffing on top. We're going to bake this in the oven for about 30 to 40 minutes, and halfway through, or the last 15 minutes, we'll take this off and let that stuffing get real crispy. We're going to have a little straight up morels as a side. So a great thing to do with morel mushrooms are put them on pizza, and that's what we're going to do now. And you can make a regular pizza, and they're good on regular pizza. You can also fry these up in the flour and butter like we showed you, and then put them on here. That's also good. But you can make a breakfast pizza with like Alfredo and bacon and mozzarella, and then put these on, and that is really good too. So regular pizza, breakfast pizza, whatever, delish. We're gonna cut some of these ramps we got, and throw them on there too. So there you go. Wild edibles at its finest. Yummy, yummy. I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Our pizza's at the highest setting the oven will go. I wish this thing would go up to 700. We cook it at 700 if it did. So it takes about 10 minutes. Alright, she's all finished up. Pepperoni, ramp, morel, button, mozzarella, and Parmesan. So, looks pretty good. We'll dive in. Some boneless hot wings too. Ooh-wee. Oh yeah, did I forget to say we're putting this on my mom's homemade pizza. And we make our own homemade pizza, but my mom's homemade pizza is a whole nother level. So you're going to take 2 eggs. We've got green onions, some of our mustard, garlic that we harvest foraged, on our forage video, and it tastes a lot like horseradish or garlic. A tablespoon of just a whole milk, and salt and pepper, and this is and sharp cheddar cheese. And we're just going to whisk this up into like an omelet type. Oh, and I put a little bit of olive oil and oregano. So, but you can make the omelet to flavor however you like. This is the combination that we like with the Morels. So you're just going to pour that mixture into your pan and get both sides cooked nice and evenly. Now once your eggs browned on both sides, your omelet's browned on both sides, you're going to take your Morel mushrooms that you've browned up and just gently set them right on top. And this is going to kind of just give them the showcase of this omelet. They're going to be the stars of this show. Kind of like a pizza. And then you can top that with a little mozzarella or Parmesan cheese if you'd like. And there we go. We're going to put the lid on this. I'm going to shut this off, let that cheese melt. But you could add sausage, bacon, ham, peppers, whatever you really like. This is a great way to eat your Morels. And you don't lose the flavor. You know, it's the highlight, it's the star. They really shine through, and it's delicious. And there you go. Breakfast with yellow gold. Mmm, so good.